Hi everyone, so now I'm back with a new video. Got a very interesting video guys for you. So basically this is R1 2020 and the problem we have is I've got cracked case. This is the clutch case and the crack I've got is in here. Also I've got one bolt snapped, so you can see this is original Yamaha bolts, 12 points. So when you're gonna do the work of removing this cover, so my advice, get this like 10mm 12-point socket. Also I've got GB racing cover. So basically I was on a track day when I realized there's some oil leaks coming here. So yeah, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna take everything apart. So just gonna get ready my stuff, my sockets. I've got my camera on a stand so you can watch nice. Also I've got torque wrench as well, so I'll explain you later everything. So just gonna loosen up GB racing cover bolts. Also don't mix it up because they're a little bit different length. I think this two comparing with those. So if you guys watch my other videos how I was fitting GB racing covers, you'll see the difference. So let's remove those bolts. Maybe some of you is gonna ask, what is that? Actually this I've made for bike transportation. Let me just remove that so it's not in our way. This is again my strap, my ratchet belts to this. I made this thing for easier transportation. Okay, roll this out. Right. So look, if you see the difference in bolts, see it's a little bit shorter. So this goes here, the longer goes there. So don't mix it up. It's very important because it's not gonna work. Okay, I'm gonna put some gloves. Because it will be a little bit dirty, oily. Still some oil behind this case. When I was riding my bike on the track day, the pressure inside is really big, so it was leaking. You'll see what I've done. It's like I have some tissues attached to suck up all oil. As you can see there, the oil is the oily tissues. I tried to fix temporarily. I've used it like special silicone with like a high temperature resistance. Did help a little bit to reduce the, I mean actually it did stop the oil leak. The only problem was when I snapped this bolt, this is where the new leaks start coming out. So my suggestion, people, if you removed once these aluminum bolts, never ever put it back, because they are one-time use bolts. That's it, in the bin. What I did, I bought stainless steel bolts, same length. The length is 30 mil as original, so you can use them many times. But I mean, Yamaha MT10 uses stainless steel bolts. R1 uses aluminum bolts. Right, okay, so I loosen up. Now I'm just gonna undo them by hand. Those aluminum bolts, I'm gonna put them, I wanna put them in a cup. That's what I normally do, just take any like cap or cup and put them all, because to be honest, they gonna have to go to the bin. They're useless, you can't use them anymore. They one-time use. See oil all over the place. Before we remove the cover, I'm gonna lift 2 bolts in. I'm gonna show you what else we need to do before we remove all the bolts. So clutch cable, let me move my camera around a bit, hopefully you're gonna see. So you undo this little metal, lift it up, there's the cable. Obviously I loosen up this fairing so more access. This is the clutch cable, and that's what we need to do. You need to loosen up here as well. So let me double check. That was the thing number 12. Number 12 spanner. Okay. Loose this nut. Take the cable out. And then you can remove this cable from here, from this part, you see, so it comes this way. Don't lose the cable, you can put it back here if you want. Loosen up a bit. Okay, so now we can carry on. We can carry on removing bolts. I'll show you how to remove the cover. Obviously I've used instead of gasket the silicone around. Let's see if it's gonna come off easily. Now the bolt and the last bolt, and obviously I've got one snap, so I'm gonna have to use the pliers to remove that bolt. That's why I need to use the torque wrench. So this spin this way. Okay, that was quite easy. Okay, actually the gasket is all burned out, so gone, and that's the bolt sticking out. Don't lose this part. This is gonna go in your new case cover. So that's the, also what we're gonna have to do, we're gonna have to transfer this part into the new cover. So that's gonna be one of the hell of jobs. And maybe I need to double check this part as well. So make sure you got all the tools. Okay, where's my pliers? Right, doesn't want to come out that easy. So quick update. Sorry I couldn't film that. I know it's annoying, and a lot of people do that, I've noticed, but the camera was in my way, so I needed more space to work to remove this snap bolt, but I managed to remove. It was here, it was stuck, it was kind of difficult to remove. Cut the story short, I'll explain you how I did it. So I've used the mold grips, clamp it out like this, see, clamps, so it grips really well. There's no way on earth you can do this by hand. That grip, what this grips has, you can tension it if you want. So, and I just like was wiggling until it turned. I was really worried that it's gonna break and it will stay inside, so I'm gonna clean it up a little bit here. I'm gonna clean this part out, and yeah, good news, the bolt is out. So yeah, right, so okay, let's have a look. So this is the old cover, and this is the new one. Okay, this is the new one. Right, see, all this covered in oil. Right, so we need to transfer all that stuff, internals, to here. I don't know how hard it's gonna be, but I don't think so easy. I've got all those special clip pliers. And then this is the bolts. Oh, they're quite tight. Oh, they're very tight. I don't want to damage them. Let's see if I can undo with the impact driver. That went very easy. Yeah, it's some Loctite stuff. Okay, just put it like that. No, right. Let's have a look. So this is gonna go like that. Okay. Shall we clean it a little bit? Shall we clean this from the oil? Oops, it went somewhere. Shit, I think I lost it. Let's go have a look. Right, so I'm lucky. I found this clip, you shoot it somewhere there. Right, so I removed it. And somebody told me you need to remove this clip as well, but you don't. I'll show you why. You just pull it, it does come out. So we got the bearing there. That's what we're gonna have to put new bearing inside there and a rubber seal. And there's a washer goes on the top. Let's clean it. This washer goes on the top of the rod, and there's another bearing inside there. So I did buy new bearings. Right, so I'm back. I kept these bearings in the freezer and hopefully it's gonna help me. They're no tiny. Maybe shrunk a little bit, I don't know. Right, so you can see, if you can see, the letters in the bearing is in the bottom. So we have to put in like that. What I'm gonna do, I've got a little bit engine oil. So I'm just gonna use it to lubricate inside because it's dry. Obviously it's not gonna go in just like that. Let's put some oil here. Okay, and it's gonna go like that. I don't know if I can press that bearing without press. Oh, it looks tight. It does look tight. I have no clue how I'm gonna put it in. Even that one is more complicated. So you don't want to damage this case. Yeah, so quick update. Obviously I can't film because it's taking ages, so what I've done. So I did manage to put the little bearing inside, if you can see inside there how I did it. So basically I put a little bolt, which is flanged bolt, so it goes around that bearing. Then I've used socket extension and then just tapped it with the mallet, gently tapped it, and it pushed and it went pretty well, pretty good. But this bearing, you can see, as you can see, it's sticking out. It takes ages, so I don't know, maybe I've done halfway through. If you can see, it's a little gap. Put some oil, everything. So you know, I don't know what advice to give you. Maybe you can go to the dealer or wherever, some mechanic who has a press, and we can press this thing. I'm trying still to, you know, tap it with with the bolt, flange bolt washer like this. I'm trying to tap it inside and let's see what's gonna happen. If it's not, then I'm gonna have to take the mechanic. Right, so okay, I've managed to put that bearing in. Now it's a little bit probably dark. As you can see, the bearing is in, is there. So I'm gonna show you my experience how I did it. You use the long socket, it goes inside like this, it's coming out. Obviously I did put some engine oil or WD-40 and then just tap it in and hold it on your lap. Make sure there's no hard surface here because you don't want to crack this case. So I put like a sponge, you know, like you wash the car, sponge on the bottom on my lap, and just keep in my hand and tap it till it's gonna go. So yeah, I mean that little one was much easier to go in. So yeah, finally is done. So I think we can start putting rod back inside and put those plates inside and be ready to put on a bike. So first thing, now after we fitted the bearings, we need to put this oil seal. That's probably if you need to know the part number. I'll show you another part numbers. This is a small bearing and bigger bearing. So you guys gonna have part number if you're gonna do it by yourself. And that spring goes down like this. So we need to somehow press that seal ring. Make sure it goes inside. Right. Nice and tight. Right, so now we're gonna put this shaft into this part. Right, spring, think, I don't remember now how it was, but I'm gonna have to check my photos. Where's that supposed to go? Or this way? Always take the photos before you take things apart, so you know how it was. Right, so I think this is how it should be. Goes against this one. If not, then you can always lift it up with the screwdriver and shift it in the right location. So I need to Then we got washer, which just goes on the top, and there's C-clip, which is I nearly lost yesterday. Alright, I need to push it in now. Let's have a look. It did have the play on the original, this shaft, so don't you worry. The clip looks like in. After that we can start fitting this rubber thing, so I don't know, heat protection or whatever, I don't know. Make sure you don't get any debris inside. So you've got a little piece of paper. This metal shield or plate, whatever you call it, goes in. Right, so the bolts came out. It was with something, maybe a Loctite, I don't know. I don't have it, so I'm just gonna put it like that. Now hopefully it will hold. It won't come loose after, you know, because there's a big vibration on the bike all over the place when you accelerate. Some other rubbish was inside. Okay, so I'm gonna try to use my impact driver gently. Honestly, do not over tighten it, I don't know. That should do the job. Okay, still got some little bit crap. Hopefully everything I've done correctly and no leakage from the bottom, because the pressure builds up very big, and yeah, we don't want leakage. Right, so gasket number. That's a gasket number. I've cleaned all this engine inside, as you can see. It's all clean. There's a silicone on the bottom, it's already a little bit bent. Right, so see, you got those pins, so it's good. It lets you guide this gasket. So it has to be nice and flat and straight. So another hard part is, you see this little pin, or I don't know what you call it. It has to stay like this. I see pins. So the trickiest part is to put the cover on. I've learned how to put the cover on is the easiest way, you need to catch from the bottom like this and go like that on top. Also, we got those, see, gears, they have to catch that part. So let's try put it on. And you have to keep spinning this to get it right. So I think spin that part. Until it's gonna be tight. Resistance, see? The resistance is here now. Keep moving that way. Right, the spring is a bit. Move the spring over. Right, I think one more tooth to go. One more time to go. Clicked. Okay, so that's the place where for the clutch to be. Okay, and this looks like all sitting nice and tight. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna put a couple screws in just to hold, because we need to put this cable back on that fixing and to play around, make sure we still got good clutch. Because what happens sometimes, like if you don't get it right, the clutch is like loose over there in the handle. Right, so let's see where the bolts has to go. Just put this protective case cover at the moment here. Put those bolts here. So we're gonna tighten them just to hold nicely so it doesn't move. Right, let's remove this cover, our socket. Let's try tightening it by hand. We don't want to move this out of place, the case. So yeah, my advice, just use the steel bolts, because those aluminium bolts, they're one-time use. So it's a big problem. Once you undo them, you can't use it again. You need to buy new ones, and then need like very tricky way to tighten them. This one's steel. So MT10 Yamaha uses steel bolts, and a set of those bolts costs 90 quid. I'll give you one tip. So I found these bolts on eBay. It cost me £3.49. Yes, £3.49, not £90. So just ordinary M6 30mm bolts, which just does fit on this cover. Why would you pay £90? It's too much. And I got 10 bolts for that price. 10 bolts. Right, so I've tightened it all by hand at the moment, just to hold the case in place, if in case I need to remove again and again play. But I think that's the correct position. Okay, what we're gonna do now, gonna try to attach the cable, put the cable in this housing, and this nut, tighten it so it doesn't move. Don't let the cable move. We got 10mm spanner. With this spanner you tighten it more if you need it. I mean, once you finish, tighten it properly. But don't forget, you can adjust, obviously. This is the way you adjust your clutch cable. So I'm not gonna rush. Hold on. Sorry, this is my mistake. It's actually not 10. It should be 12. I don't know why I even got this spanner number 10 here. That's it, 10. Sorry, 12. 12. My bad. Right, I'll leave it at the moment like this. Let's go and check our clutch handle to see is a bit loose. We're gonna have to tighten it here because I loosen up. See, it's still loose. Okay, now looks like fine. A little bit plays okay. So this is all good, and what we're gonna do now, we can actually tighten this part, but first of all, let me show you. There's a little thing. You need to bend that thing. You bend it, press it. So what it does, it holds your cable, make sure it doesn't come out when you use your clutch, because otherwise you're gonna stay without clutch. After that, now we tighten these bolts. This is where you usually adjust as well the clutch cable. Okay, tighten it properly. That's it. Make sure it doesn't come off when you start the bike. Right, so now what we need to do is tighten these bolts properly. So we set up our torque wrench. Right, let me show you. On a Yamaha manual says 12 Newton meter torques. So we've got 13, 11, this is 0, so make it up to 10, 8, 9, 10, that's 12 Newton meter torques, and that's the recommended by Yamaha. So let's go. and try to tighten it some bolts. Start from this one. Right. That's it. Click. Click. That's 12 Newton meter torques. Come on. Click. It does feel scary that it's gonna over tighten. Click. Click. Have we done this one? No. Click. No. I think I've done this one already, isn't it? Let's untighten it and do it again. I forgot already. Click. Right, so this part is done. Now we need to put GB racing cover. Right, so we've done those bolts, 12 Newton meter torques, stainless steel. Now we're gonna put this protective cover case. Right, so I'll explain to you again, even though I've done this video, but I've done without torque wrench, so that's probably what caused me to crack the case. So 50 mil, so 50 goes here, 45 here, and it tells you how tight, 6 Newton meter torque. Okay, so we got our bolts put already to the side. 50, 45. So put this 50 here, another one 50 here, put the 45 mil here, another 45 mil here, and we will gonna set up torque wrench 6 Newton meter torques. So my suggestion, definitely buy this amazing tool and just do it by that. Okay, so this is what, 5. Now we need 6, so we're going 8, 9, 10, so that's gonna be 6. Lock it. 6 Newton meter torque. Try to tighten it by hand first. Doing it by hand. And now we're gonna use torque wrench. Okay, 6 Newton meters. Let's try. Click. 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 That's it. Cover is on. So don't forget to put your bolt to clip your fairing. And so far I think we've done it, and I'm just gonna try to start the bike and test it. Right, okay, so the case, everything is back, everything is connected, so we're gonna try now to start the bike and test it. Make sure no oil leak. This is the first time we're gonna start the bike. We're gonna see how it... Right, so back from the test ride. There's no leaks, as you can see. Fingers crossed, everything is tight in it. So the temperature raised 90 degrees wherever. So yeah, looks like cover's been fixed. So thanks very much guys for watching my videos. Please share my video, help me to gain more subscribers. As you can see, whatever I can get, like some mechanical interesting videos, I will do it to share the information with you, and hopefully that will help to other people, because I haven't seen any video with R1 2020. This cover been replaced, and obviously this is applies for 21, 22, 23 and 24 year made. The same covers. Obviously it can be used for Yamaha MT10 as well, because it's exactly the same engines, just different bolts. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, thumbs up, and I'll catch you later.